Mhm.
Hey, it's Tristan here with US Party Company, and we're here with our good friend Imagine Matt from Balloon
Pennsylvania,
Sculpting
Pocono.
Twisting. And so we're gonna have a good candid conversation, kind of get to know him, see what's going on. He has some firsts to share with us, so we're kind of really excited about that. So we can't wait. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you grew up.
All right. I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, in Monroe County.
Yep.
Uh, Originally, I was going to study to become a teacher. That wasn't working out. I only have an associate's right now. So,
Right.
but long story short, that just didn't work out.
Yeah. So are you a balloon twister? Are you a balloon decorator? Or are you
I'm just getting into decorating now. Trying to fix my skull patch. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I'm getting it. I'm more of a twister. I'm studying right now. I'm taking Annie Banani's course on balloon storytelling on BAC.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to get into more of that stuff, and I'm working at a vaccine factory as a janitor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, with the time now, it's actually kind of scary on the vaccine plantation.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, everything's changed. I mean, if
Yeah,
your company, no matter whether you work in the medical or the pharmaceuticals or the distribution side of things, if your company's not requiring you to wear a mask, they're almost past their social distancing. I mean, the reality is, they require them now in the distribution center that I work at and every other distribution center. I mean, there's some of the distribution centers, like, knock on wood, we've been really lucky in our distribution center, but I mean, like in Connecticut, there's 30 people. You look at the meat plants. I mean, they got like 600-700 people. And let's be honest. I mean, you work in a close proximity to other people in the meat packaging plant, but the meat packaging plant, I don't think took the necessary steps and took it seriously enough, because I believe even though people were close together, they had every effort to reduce staff and or make them not work so close together. And I think that's what contributed to their problems. Um, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's definitely a different world. Um, so tell us how long you've been twisting balloons for, and what you think of it.
I've been twisting balloons for 9 years. Um, and I dabbled a little bit here in magic. I'm trying to get into that too, but I'm stronger in my balloons. I'm also getting into decor now. I had my first decor gig for a 1980s theme party. That was a lot of fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And had my mentor come over to my house because I didn't know what to do because I never really did a decor gig before. So that was a lot of fun. And I had my other mentor. I had multiple mentors actually. Uh, Explain the deal, the business end, the contract, and everything. How to use Manager Sol.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was a family friend that asked me to do the arch, the frame, the pillars there, and like
Yep.
she even paid for the U-Haul because she lives about 2 hours away from me.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to pre-inflate everything the night before, which was a lot of fun. I got a balloon sizer, got some experience, and yeah, that was my first decor gig. Also, this was my first convention, as we talked about before, at Twist and Shout.
So
And
tell us a little bit about your thoughts on your first convention.
oh my god, I did not want to leave. I was like, Ma, tell my parents, Ma, Dad, this is my family now.
Right.
Oh wait, everyone went home already.
Yep.
After fifth day. I'm like, I gotta go back now.
So
I'm looking forward to go back into next year, and I want to go to Florida Super Jam as well next year.
So let's track and talk about day one. I mean, you get there, it's a little overwhelming. You maybe never been to a balloon convention before. You really don't know what to expect. I mean, you just know there's tons of people.
Yeah. Uh, right there, like, because I started messaging a bunch of random people a little over a year ago about what I should do, and that's actually part of the reason how I wound up going to Twist and Shout from one of the big wigs, Marty Pants. I was like, "Hey, what can I do to help my business?" And the first thing he messages me is the link to Twist and Shout.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I get there, I thought most people wouldn't recognize me in person because like these were all people from all different parts of the country, and some of
Yeah.
them even worldwide. Actually, they most of them did recognize me, which I thought was really cool.
So as this was your first convention, and obviously it's hard because you got nothing to compare it to. But what did you think overall about everything? I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you. You lucked out on some very interesting perks that maybe have not have taken place at previous Twist and Shouts. I mean, I think, for example, they've done the lunches in the past, but I mean, they literally day one was the boxed lunch, and day two was like a food buffet. I mean, they went out of their way, and that food buffet was phenomenal. By the way, if you weren't there,
Oh yeah, I was there.
tell us what you thought about the buffet of food that they had offered. I mean, it was some pretty good food, and it was an extra.
And I'm a very picky eater, so it was pretty good.
Right. So it is pretty interesting. So tell us what you learned. Tell us what you thought overall on the balloon convention side.
Like in terms of what I learned, what new skills I learned.
What new skills you learned, or what did you take away from it? What did you feel was useful? To go back to this.
I think Methaloon's people management was very useful. Like he tells you he's a very humorous person on stage and off stage. Um, like if a kid comes back and he's like, "My balloon popped," he tells us to tell them, well, can you bring it back to me and I'll reassemble it? I'm like, you know what? I never thought about saying that to them because at first, to me, I thought that might be before the convention something kind of obnoxious to say to a kid.
Right.
But I guess it also really depends on your tone and how you're doing it and laughing.
Right.
Yeah.
It can go a long way depending on how you say things, I'm sure.
And I guess it's safe to say for some people, it definitely will not work as well for others as it does for them.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something I could use and something I'll definitely do. Another tactic is like turning your line into like a crowd on stage when you're on stage.
Yeah.
One of the tactics that I noticed a lot of change in my performance at my first gig from Twist and Shout was what I learned from Buster's. I think it was in his how to create your brand seminar.
Yeah.
And I actually did one of the things he recommended was when the line gets really long, you just stop and say, "Hey, wait 1 second here." Walk to the middle of the line and be like, "Everybody, everybody, everybody, everybody." And when they're all looking at you, you go, "Hi, now I'm going to go back to making balloons, okay?" And then walk back. And it made everyone laugh. And like really eased the tension with some of the people waiting there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So would you suggest someone going to a balloon convention for the first time?
Oh, yeah. If they can do it, yeah.
Now,
definitely, because like what I always tell people is one of the things is like human interaction is very important. And I believe like no one really can be self-taught because we're all very social creatures. And then people might tell you stuff like, "Oh, I read it from a book." Well, someone else wrote that book.
Yeah.
Who I saw it on YouTube. Someone else made that YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
And like the more interaction you have, the better it is. Not to mention because like as I said, humans are so social that like it's been proven if with social isolation your life expectancy drops by 8 years. So yeah, go to the convention, talk to people who know more than you. Don't be intimidated. Sometimes your mentors want to see you do better than they do.
Yep. So tell us what has happened to your business from obviously you got to go to the Balloon Convention.
Mhm.
You want to implement these new skills. You want to build more customers. And then you have the coronavirus that strikes. How has that impacted you and your business? And what are you doing to overcome it?
Personally, I'm not letting it overcome me or hurt me. Okay, I may not have any gigs right now, but I'm still working, which
Yep.
is a what I would recommend is like taking this time to learn to develop new skills, learn more about human psychology. It's a big part in any business, not just with balloons.
Yep. Is there anyone you've been
If there's
following, I guess, the last
Hmm?
30 days that anyone you might be following in the last 30 days that you could recommend that might be giving good advice and doing free videos and whatnot?
Michael Bay has some good videos, actually.
He,
Well,
I'll give
Austin
them that,
Humphrey.
for someone who has a very life changing situation where he just moved somewhere and um, has dedicated to us balloon professionals to make us all better. We got to give that guy a pat on the back. Austin Humphrey's another one. Same situation. Got to give him a pat on the back. Anybody else?
Well, those are good videos. If I must say so myself, I'm starting some new videos. Actually,
Yep.
that's partly why I started asking you about the mixed bag
Yep.
routine.
So tell us a little bit about your what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve from
Oh,
that. And
the Magic Matt show.
yeah, the
It was
magic.
two things: learning new techniques and experimenting, and to market myself more. What I do is I take a random pack of balloons, like at one of the bags we got at Twist and Shout. I don't know if you get those at other conventions and stuff. Where it's like, okay, there's a few quick links in here, a few prints, a few 260s, like one or two 160s, like a really mixed up bag of balloons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how interesting would it be if someone had to only use this in a gig? And when I got home, I was sitting on my couch like one day. I'm like, you know what? I should make this into a show. I'll take a request from a non-twister, market to both twisters, and all I'm allowed to use is what's in that bag.
So I don't know if you remember, but when Qualitix had the World Balloon Tour, this was going back maybe 2 years ago. I could be wrong. They actually did that. They had a box of product that Qualitix had. It was Qualitix items, and you ideally with what was in the box. I think it was only 10 people per stop that could sign up for it. So once those 10 spots were gone, it was gone, and you were able to make stuff out of what was in that box. So there was a wide range of really cool things, and I almost feel that maybe now's the time we should do more of that. It's a really great way to see and test our own skills and be better at who and what we are, because the reality is we need to keep ourselves busy mentally as well. I have to give a little quick, mental health check-in update for any of those people suffering, but I have to give it to Stewie Davis from Europe. I mean, he recorded a 6-minute video. If you have a moment, uh, go to his page and check it out. But he was talking about how obviously he is diagnosed with something in regards to mental health, and it's affecting him, and it could be affecting other people. And the reason I say this is because it's a trying time. So while we're all basically one big balloon family, we also need to remember there's certain people who may not tell us stuff, and because they don't quite feel comfortable. And for example, I had a friend who asked me to do a favor, and I did do uh, a balloon thing for somebody, and they basically kind of said, I've kind of spaced it out. I've been depressed. It's been like almost 30 days. I get it. It's hard out there. So we need to just make sure that when we notice, people in our own industry or our friends who are maybe, have those mental health issues that are come into fruition, we need to keep that in mind as well. So I just wanted to plug that in there. I know it's been kind of a focal point for me, basically seeing Stewie Davis's video, which I commend him for coming out and saying what he has and all that stuff. So really great video if you can check it out. It's just something to think about, and I'm sure there's plenty of us in the industry that don't say anything, but we have some form of something, so yeah, it's just something to think about. So I just wanted to plug that in real quick.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm one of those people. I have a lot of anxiety problems. Ever since I started doing balloons, it kind of actually had helped 9 years ago. I mean, I still have some of them there,
Right.
but it's a lot better than what it was. Like, I was always the socially awkward kid in school. I was the type of kid who wanted to make friends but didn't know how to.
Right.
And then at Northampton, which was community college where I went for early childhood education, I one time asked a friend to teach me how to do balloons. I'm not talking to that person either anymore. And what happened was I started doing it at school. People started knowing me as the balloon man, balloon man. I was having a lot of fun. I was talking to more people. I even started my own club, Disabilities Awareness, because I was diagnosed with ADHD, learning disabilities. I wanted a place for people like me who went through what I through, whether it be a physical or mental disability, could have somebody empathize with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Then from there, I did try working in the field a little bit. It just didn't work out well for me. Mostly in child care centers. I hate to say this on here, but yeah, there was a lot of bias towards me because I was a male. I didn't even have this big bushy beard at the time.
Right.
I had like just a goatee.
Right.
And some of them were like looking at me like I had 3 heads or like I shouldn't be there. I'm like, what? The kids love me here. There's this one kid that kept running to me every time he cried.
Oh, absolutely. I got you.
Yeah.
So let's what is your goal for to get? I mean, we've pretty much discussed, what's going on, obviously, with somewhat of your mental state as well. Tell us a little bit about working at the vaccine facility. I mean, there's tons of vaccines that get made, but I mean, what is the urgency there? I mean, masks required. What's the deal?
Well, right now, like the place was strict already. It's like Big Brother, Area 51, and the Wonka factory all rolled into one.
That's a good explanation.
I'm not going to say what company I work for on here in case something goes wrong and then I could get in trouble at work.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But it's like, the reason why I say it's like that, Willy Wonka, because you rarely see anybody go in and you rarely see anybody go out, but someone's operating in there, like in the Willy Wonka in the factory.
Yep.
Then you have cameras everywhere where it's like Big Brother, and if someone doesn't like you, they want to rat you out, they'll do it. They'll look at the cameras there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like Area 51 because it's super, super secretive. Like, you can't take pictures on there. You can't do recordings on there.
Amazon.
Sometimes people were just looking at their camera, not taking a picture yet, and got fired right on the spot right there.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's even a bald eagle on site. Mind you, in Pennsylvania where I live, that creature was actually extinct at one point in Pennsylvania. Right. So, of course, people are going to be curious and want to take pictures of that. Can't even do that.
Right. But like from a COVID-19 perspective.
Oh yeah, they're working on a vaccine in the company. Right. It's a worldwide.
Yeah. So I mean, do you wear a mask to work? Do you feel more
Yeah,
scared at work?
I wear a mask. Everybody has to wear a mask there. The only time you're allowed to take it off is when you're going to eat, obviously. Um, I'll sneak it off sometimes so I can breathe for a few seconds.
It's
Um,
hard. It's really hard to breathe. That's why I'm so glad my neighbor gave me some that she sews refried apparel. She gave me 2 of them. Nasty yellow, but at this rate, I can't. Beggars can't be choosy, right? So
right.
it's a little bit better than what the company supplies, um, but it makes it so I can breathe a little bit better. But I mean, I've seen just the other day a girl basically not really have the mask on, but have the mask on, and let me tell you, she got a little lesson by the boss, and the boss sent to the HR, and I know that that situation probably didn't end so well.
Thank
I mean, it's a big
definitely.
deal. It's for the protection of you and your peers, you know. It's and colleagues. It's a very
Absolutely. I don't like it, but it's definitely a necessity.
oh, absolutely. You know, and it's funny because I've been hearing about these reports that there's going to be months and months after even stuff opens up in retail stores, you'll see people still wear masks.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, you know. Um, but so let's talk about what your plan for the rest of the year is, assuming everything starts getting better in the next month or two. And summer's here. I mean, obviously, school's canceled in some states. I don't know if it's happened uh,
Oh yeah.
through the year yet, but
In
talk to us
Pennsylvania,
about what your plan for graduation, summer, and fall is at this current moment.
my plans.
Yeah, for the balloon business.
Well, virtually my plan is to make this my main source of income
Yeah.
and work for myself. And but right now, since this is going on, I'm going to take advantage of this and start developing skills. Like
Right.
if there's a sculpture you haven't been able to go that you want to learn and go around to, this would probably be the best time to try and learn that skill right now.
Right.
And I'm also trying to learn more marketing tactics. I still struggle a little bit with people getting gigs. That's my biggest flaw right now. Once I'm
Yeah.
out there, though, they love me. I'm not trying to sound narcissistic here. I know
Right.
some people think when I'm very confident about something, they take it as I'm being very stuck up or something.
Right. Now, are you in a very corporate side of Pennsylvania?
The Poconos, it's
Yeah, I've been to Pennsylvania before, but I just don't remember. Um, but I've been to some great places. I've been to Yingling Brewery in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. That was the
a lot of
tour to go
history
on. If you're not local and you plan on going on vacation in Pennsylvania, you better find yourself at Yingling. That's the best tour I've ever had.
there. Oh yeah,
Well, besides what Philadelphia has to offer and what the I don't know out west there has to offer, you know, there's some beautiful areas in Pennsylvania. Oh, Amish territory. That's
the
it's
what?
awesome. The Amish territory, up near I won't I won't say the name, but you know what I'm talking about. Up near I will I'll say it. It's across Pennsylvania, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to find a dirty name in Pennsylvania.
I know it's like, is that what he just said? Like someone's probably gonna be like, is that really a place? They'll be googling that stuff, you know. But no,
You want to take it up a notch. Do you
people.
know the town over from Intercourse is called?
Oh, I forget. Remind my soul.
There's two: Bird in Hand and Blue Ball.
No, I don't. I don't remember going there, but I remember going to. Was it called Country Kitchen?
Might be.
It's like this place where it's really cool. They make a lot of Amish stuff, and it's really fun.
Where I live, there isn't a lot of Amish. Um, More so Mennonite. Mennonites usually can't run into a crowd.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, northeastern Pennsylvania. We're more like touristy honeymooner resorts
Right.
there. You do see some Amish come up here, but it's very rare. Um, I actually have a funny story. One time, I remember when I was going to college, the first college before NCC, I went to Lock Haven. We went to go visit there, and my friend was from Sealands Grove, which was another Amish area.
Yeah.
And we went to the Walmart there in Lock Haven, and I've been told my whole life the Amish don't like outsiders unless you're buying something from them. That's what I've been told. So I go to Walmart, and then when I called her up and I was talking to her, I was like, "You'll never believe what I saw in Walmart." She's like, what? I saw an Amish person. I was like, she's like, yeah, they do that all the time. They got stuff to buy too. I'm like, yeah, but I was told they don't want to associate with any outsiders, so I didn't think they would go to Walmart.
Yep. It is funny to think that their way and how things have been done, they still go to certain places. Yep.
They're also a very diverse group. Like, there's different types of Amish.
Yeah.
And mind you, Pennsylvania does not have the highest Amish population. It's the most famous Amish, but it's not the highest Amish population Ohio is.
Right. I know it's funny. You think about it. Pennsylvania is a very large state. Ohio's pretty small for the most part. You go, wait, what? Yeah, I know a lot of people who, make stuff in Ohio that are Amish and all that stuff. I have some great friends that sell some great bed sheets from them and some great wood reclining chairs and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So they do. Denise has joined us, so she's watching.
Denise?
That's pretty.
Hi, Denise.
So it tells me there's some comments that somebody left some comments. So that's how it tells me. I just noticed them come in. So what's your next balloon convention?
The next one I want to try to do is Florida Super Jam. It's held in the city where I already have family, Orlando. So, like, worst comes to worst, if I can't find a hotel room, I could just go there. Hello, Denise. I see your comment now.
I forgot.
Then I want to go to Twist and Shout again, obviously.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to go to Fave or the Utah one because I just love balloons, learning all different kinds. I'm more of a twister than I am a decor, although I do want to expand more into decor on the money for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Also.
So what? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I thought you were saying something.
Oh, so what would you tell someone new looking to get into balloons? Given what you've experienced, what you know, took you a long while to get to a balloon convention. Any words of wisdom?
Just keep talking to other balloon people. Like, most of these people I reached out to were complete strangers. Yep. And it's another funny story. I didn't even know Ron Fowler was Flower Clown until I had him on Facebook.
So what do you think about Flower Clown's bag?
Oh my God, this is amazing. The Bonjour Red. It's kind of hard to see here. And sent me a folder. And yesterday, I also got a new toy. I'd also recommend this, especially if you're in decor, the Legenda.
It's a pretty good piece of to have.
I didn't tell you this, but I ordered a pump holder. My parents bought this for my birthday, my 30th birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So if you're interested in buying any of these bags that are being shown, they could be purchased at bagaloon.com. They're high quality bags if you haven't seen them. If you want to tell someone about it, Ron Fowler from Flower Clown actually designs the bags, goes to Nepal and works on it. He's actually back here in the States now, but hopefully he'll have some new designs for next balloon convention season.
Uh-huh.
What else did you find really cool at the Twist and Shout Balloon Convention this year. I know there was some different new and unique vendors who I hadn't seen before. So I have to give it to the guy who did the name tags and stuff. That was pretty cool.
That was
Nice
cool. I didn't buy one because I thought it was specifically more for clowns.
Right.
But I also got one of those whistle things you put in your mouth, makes it sound like a squeak when you're letting out air of a balloon.
Yeah.
Which is another technique I work on during quarantine.
Yep. So it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any photos taken with the photo guy by any chance?
No, not with him.
Yep.
I thought, like, because I didn't have any of my dress up that I wear at a normal gig, I was like, what's the point of it then?
Right. Oh, absolutely. I agree.
If I knew it was going to be there, I would have done it.
Right. So I know sometimes you don't know until you get there what's really there, you know. That can be kind of a pain in the butt in a way, but it is what it is. So any final thoughts on, you know, where the balloon industry has taken you, new balloons that have been released in the last few years, a lot of chrome reflex and platinum came out.
I
so
love
much that's going on.
But at the same time, one of the things I don't recommend is make sure you have the right amount of hair when you get them.
Right.
Chromes. They do have an impact on like the look. It's definitely more appealing even for other twisters.
Right.
Like, actually have shortly before I made a chrome hair.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the things I love.
Chrome gives it that super nice look. The reflex gives it a super nice look as well. It's
pop. No pun intended.
Right. So, any last words in general before we head out of this?
Like I said, socialize, talk to other balloon people. Right now, I'm still relatively new to the industry.
Yeah.
In a way, on the business end of it, like I said, talk to them. A lot of them are I found a lot of balloon people to be very, very friendly people.
Hey, well, Christina, if you're not watching, you'll be able to catch us on the replay, but it's good to see you. Hope everything's going well.
Hi, Christina.
Remember Christina was doing a drive-in birthday party. So you would drive up to the house and she would twist a balloon. I think it was, I don't know, was it her daughter's birthday or maybe a customer's birthday? It was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah. And there was a Terry. He delivered a balloon with a drone to a girl's birthday party.
That's crazy. You saw that? Yeah. I didn't see it.
I saw that. It was on his page. I forget his last name, Terry. He lives in Kentucky. He has like a bald head goatee. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
I think I know who you're talking about. There's just so many people names to remember, you know.
I'm sure you have a lot of people you talk to. You have shown me this.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so many people like that just are great people to talk to. I mean, especially in this time, everybody's got a little time on their hands, right?
Right. And as I said, for quarantine, don't look at this as a be all end all the end to your business. This could be the chance to strengthen your business because now you can learn new skills. If there's a new culture you wanted to learn or a new show you wanted to build up, like a routine for a new show, like a new balloon story, this would probably be the best time to do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, for us as a distribution company, I mean, obviously things are getting a little better. Pitalik has finally opened up again, doing a little bit more, shipping at least 4 times a week right now. But in time, obviously, hopefully everything will get back to normal. There are some suppliers in Spain and Italy who haven't even opened yet, and they've had it way before us. So it's a crazy time to honestly be a manufacturer, a distributor, an end user, a balloon twister, a balloon decorator, everybody has generally put a PO for general stuff in at a previous trade show, and then you have all this that goes down. It's very hard to move that product. For example, Toy Fair just happened in February, so a lot of people are getting their, 30, 60 days out what they ordered. I do notice that some businesses actually holding stuff, and, excuse me, holding stuff, and they're actually not shipping orders. So it is an interesting time with what's going on. And you just have to be vigilant in everything you do with your business. You have to manage every dollar. You have to look at cutting back. And I'm going to be quite honest here. We also are looking back to cut back. And I want to just put a little shout out for someone who may have a business line with a national company, which I don't want to really say any names, but I'm going to pull a name. T-Mobile has a Digiline where if you port a number over a landline or another cell phone device for an extra $15 a month, I think it is, you can actually have it ring as a second phone on the same phone that you own. So I don't know if you ever heard that.
No.
But I had 6 months ago, and because my 2 years is up with Comcast, and I called to remove the internet but keep the phone, they were like, oh, it's going to be more money than if you just have the phone line. It's like, what? You know what I mean? So we all need to look at different ways in which does this make sense for our businesses. Let's face it, a lot of people don't even call no more. I mean, 6 years ago, I had 5 employees, and I also had 4 phone lines. That phone barely ever rings. And when it rings, it's very rare. So yeah, we're taking steps how we can reduce costs and all that. So just something to think about, and just trying to get over the hump of just everything. In Massachusetts, for example, gig workers and 1099ers now can apply for unemployment insurance. So that's pretty cool. So it's a matter of time before other states start rolling that out.
Yeah. That is true. There's also a danger though I find to being messaged. Like most of my gigs right now, because I don't have a website yet. I have an Instagram and a Facebook. I'm planning to work on the website eventually. My aunt actually helped me make my business cards and everything because she's in that industry.
Right.
But it's like sometimes there's people catfishing through my messages on the business page.
Right.
One time I was surprised. I actually lost this gig because I thought the lady was a catfish. She wakes up, it's like, hi dear, what are you doing, honey? I'm like, okay, this sounds like a catfish. And she's like, oh no, I'm actually here because I'm looking to hire somebody for my son's birthday party. I'm like, oh! Yeah.
There's so many interesting stories out there when it comes to balloon bookings, going to the house, doing balloon twisting and all that good stuff.
Oh, there's balloon crazy stories in general with balloons.
Right.
I remember hearing somebody on Facebook talking about how they got a $200 hotel room for a balloon
animal. Hey, crazy things happen, but sometimes I think the reality is there's always money to be made. It depends at what level you're looking to make that money.
Right. It's one of the funniest ways you probably can make a very good income with balloons is through bar bets.
Right.
Like my mentor was telling me like how he would win a $50 bar bet because someone's like, "Oh, it's just balloons. Why you charge so much?" So he takes out a balloon, a Sharpie, and a 260, and he tells them, "All right, will make me a clown on a unicycle juggling 3 balls. And it's very doable. It's very, very doable. And like almost every time when that comes up,
Yep.
he wins the bet.
Right.
So,
It's true.
like, this is definitely an art of its own right. A lot of people don't realize.
Right. That's a good way to tell customers what the difference is, you know.
Yeah. You'd be surprised what kind of things like Craig Cash's thing with the bottle bods. I love that.
Right.
My only issue with the bottle bods when I sell them, I tell people bring me the bottle you want me to do it over. And I warn this for other twisters in this case because you don't have a liquor license.
Yeah.
If you're selling that bottle with the balloon over it, you could get charged for, I forget what it's called.
Good. That's a very serious charge.
Yeah.
A license.
Without a liquor license.
You know,
No.
so. But no,
Unless
I want to
you're
thank you.
gonna. Yeah.
Oh, I said I wanted to just thank you for, joining us on a nice Thursday night. Hopefully you and your family will be safe. And make sure that you keep the faith. And if you need anything, just know that your balloon buddies are all around you.
They are. They're a very supportive community.
Yep. So have a wonderful night, man. And we'll talk soon.
Right. Maybe in a year when everything changes.
Yep.
I'll be interested.
Yep. We'll
see.
Thank
Maybe you for having me here, even though I'm a new.
Right. So have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.